Okay, now we are going to start with our lecture 9. That is the post-fertilization event. That is embryogenesis. Now, you have seen the formation of your zygote in the previous class, isn't it? Now, this is your zygote which is formed in the embryo sac. You can see this is your embryo sac. This is your ovule. Fine. And these are the integuments. This is the micropyle end and this is the endosperm. Okay, polar nuclei fused with the male gamete, isn't it? Now its condition is 3n and this is 2n. Already we have discussed it. Fine. Now, what happens first? The first thing that happens is your endosperm divides. Okay, and endosperm gives rise to what? It acts as a nutritive tissue. I have already told you for the developing embryo. Okay, so first the nutrients have to be there so that the zygote can develop, the embryo can feed upon it, isn't it? So first you will see that the endosperm divides and first division is nuclear division. Okay, and like you have seen in coconut, isn't it? The watery component inside it is what? Is the endosperm, and it mostly consists of your what? This nuclear endosperm. Okay, cell wall hasn't formed yet. And after that, what happens? You can see here, this endosperms, it forms your what? It takes the form of the cell. Okay, fine. And here we can also see now your what happened. Your zygote has divided into two cells. Terminal cell, which will give rise to the embryo, and a suspensor cell. Now, for what will happen? First, this suspensor cell will divide. Okay, and an embryo cell will also start divide. But the suspensor cell, it will what happen? It will push your. See, now it has grown quite a lot, and it will push. It has divided, and it will push your embryo into the endosperm. Fine, and why it will push? So that it derives your embryo can derive nutrition from this. This is outer part is what? It's your endosperm part, isn't it? Fine. So here the suspensor, now the part of the suspensor which is joined with your embryo here. Okay, this part basically gives your what? Radicle rise to. Okay, and this is called your globular embryo. Fine. Now you can see here is your what? It's a heart-shaped embryo, and the cell is called as haustorium. Okay, and it this is your structure. Okay, it helps in deriving nutrition also. Okay, now this is your complete. You can see your miniature seed is formed. You can see this is your seed coat. Okay, now these are your cotyledons. Fine, and this is your suspensor. Okay, and now here this region will be your root apex, and here will be your shoot apex, and this outer is your endosperm. Fine. So what do you see? Ki by the time of the ovule becomes mature seed and the integuments harden and thicken into the seed coat, the zygote has given rise to an embryonic plant with rudimentary organs, isn't it? Here the organs are what? Rudimentarily developed. You can see here it's a root form, primary root, you can say part of that which will give rise to root, part of it which will give rise to shoot. So, and rudimentary organs are formed which will give rise to these organs further, isn't it? See, I have dissected for you people. You can see here, this is your what? Seed coat, isn't it? You can see that, isn't it? Now, see, this is what? This is your embryo, isn't it? Now you can see these are the cotyledons, and what is this? This is your root part of it, and you can see here this is your radicle. I will just try to focus it. This is your radicle, longer part, you can see, and the upper part is your plumule. You can see that part. Let me show you this way. Is it visible? Can you see this upper part? Can you see this upper part? Okay, this is your what? This is your plumule, isn't it? It will grow and give rise to your plumule. So this part is called as what? Hypocotyle. This is epicotyle, sorry. The upper part is epicotyle and the lower part of it is called as what? Hypocotyle. Fine. So this radicle will give rise the longer part, which will grow into your root, and this part will give rise to your what? Shoot. And these are your cotyledons. And in this plant, in this gram seed, what do you find? That endosperm is not there, isn't it? It is completely used up. Okay, so there is no endosperm. Now see, seeds are of two types. What are those? Albuminous seeds, that is they have endosperm. Okay, and now like wheat, maize, castor, mostly your monocots, okay, they come under this category, and very few dicots they come under this category, like your castor, sunflower oil, sunflower seeds, isn't it? And non-albuminous, they do not have residual endosperm, like pea, groundnut, gram, mostly your dicots. So they don't have residual endosperm. Now I can show you the diagram here. You can look at the diagram here. This is the diagram where you can see it's a diagram of an onion seed, isn't it? And you can see here it's a seed coat, and this is the cotyledon, shoot apical meristems and hypocotyle, okay, and all those root tip are there. The better example of this your albuminous seeds is your this maize, where you find what do you find here is that there is an alurone layer, okay, and this is your the sheath which is surrounding your what? Endosperm, okay, and it has got and here the cotyledon is called as scutellum, and inside this cotyledon what do you find? You find that it has got a plumule which will give rise to your shoot, and a radicle which will give rise to your root, and it has got a covering which is called as coleorhiza for radicle, and for a plumule they have a covering called coleoptile. Okay, this is for your monocot seed, maize. Okay, and now this albuminous seeds in dicot, as you can see here, is your what? Cotyledon. As you can see here, this is your endosperm and this is your seed coat. And this is the seed of your sunflower. Fine. So, and we have seen seeds that have developed due to fertilization. Now let's see, there are also cases where seeds develop without fertilization. So you can say it's a form of what? It's a form of an asexual reproduction. And how do they develop? Let's see, there are 4 different categories, and we call them as apomictic seeds. And this process of seeds development without fertilization is called as apomixis. Okay, so there are different type of apomixis, that is diplospory. In here the embryo develops from your what? Megaspore mother cell. Okay, then apospory, embryo develops from nucellular cells. Then haploid parthenogenesis, where embryo develops from unfertilized egg. Okay, and the last is your what? Haploid apogamy. Sorry, this is apogamy, where the embryo arises from some other haploid cells of your embryo sac. Okay, and mostly we find that these apomictic seeds are what? They're polyembryonic in nature. Polyembryony means what? There are many embryos in that seed. Okay, fine. And now apomictic seeds have a great importance in your hybrid seed industry. Why? Because you know that HY seeds always farmers have to buy a new, because the genes they segregate in the next generation, which you will read in your genetics. So this is of great importance in hybrid seed industry if we are able to develop this apomictic seeds. So as I said, it's a kind of an asexual reproduction. So you are able to maintain that characters in that seed for many generations. Thank you.